top wide receiver gives instant impact. Top left tackle, you still got to fix center, right guard, right tackle. Getting a game breaker for Levis to grow with is huge. Bill can work on the O-line guys. So why I think this is Andre's best super chat ever is because he is dead on with what Brian Callahan said about why the wide receiver being elite helps everybody else. He said it to Buck Rising. I played the clip earlier. It's long. I won't play it again. But when you win fast on the outside, you can throw fast. That is what broke the tiebreaker between Jamar Chase and Penei Sewell. If you win fast outside, you throw fast. Because you know what? Joe Alt and Peter Skoronski for the next 8 years might look great on the left side. But if you got a sucky right guard and a sucky right tackle, then you're getting hit regardless if you can't win fast on the outside. But if you win fast on the outside, like Brian Callahan said, then now you don't have to have, or worry about your center getting beat or your right guard or right tackle getting beat because you're throwing fast. And I think that is an instant impact with what Andre said. So I love that super chat. I might pop my percentage up to 57.5.
Wow.
57.5 is where I'm at. I'm not at 55% anymore. I'm at 57.5%. The Titans go wide receiver. You win fast outside. You throw fast outside. When you throw fast, your quarterback doesn't get hit, regardless if it's Andre Dillard playing left tackle or Joe Alt playing left tackle. You don't let the guy get hit by throwing fast.
And if you want to throw fast, it helps to have a guy who can turn a screenplay into a 20-yard gain. Neighbors, Dunze, Marvin Harrison are all capable of doing that. I mean, how many times last year did we see Tim Kelly dial up a screenplay that just got absolutely blown up? They didn't have a guy who could make people miss or break tackles. They'll have an option at one of those dudes at 7, no matter how the board falls. I find it highly unlikely that 4 receivers go before the Titans are on the clock. So, it feels good. I still think that 70% is the right answer, but I hear you, 57. I appreciate the 2 rows. Andre, 57.5. Great comment.
I'm taking, because my 5% was for Brock Bowers, so I'm going to keep that at 5 because he kind of fits the win fast aspect of it. So I'm going to take the 2.5% off of the offensive line. So wide receivers at 57.5, offensive line at 7 is 37.5. And then Brock Bowers is at 5.
Yeah, I agree with the 5% on Bowers. I just find it really hard to believe that the Titans are going to take Fashanu over a Dunze or Neighbors, but that's just where I stand today. Could change. We got the combine.
And so real quick, I saw James Foster, A to Z Sports film room analyst, gave his on Twitter, No Flags Film, gave his top 10 players at each position in a thread. You've got quarterbacks. You got 3 quarterbacks ranked in the top 6 overall prospects, right? With May, Williams, and Jaden Daniels in whatever particular order. Then you have wide receivers. You have 3 wide receivers ranked as top 7 players. So in the top 7 players, Jack, according to James Foster, you have 3 quarterbacks and 3 wide receivers. When it goes to the offensive line, you've got 1 guy in that top 7, and it's Joe Alt, who's the 5th overall player on James's board. And if you want to add Brock Bowers in there at 8th, then now you've got 4 pass catchers in the top 8, 1 offensive lineman, and 3 quarterbacks. So I'm thinking that Fashanu is a little bit down. He's a mid-first round grade for James. He's the 9th overall player in the class, according to James. But you have a chance to get an elite dude at wide receiver at 7th overall. And according to James, like Roma Dunze is the value pick, 7th overall player at the 7th overall pick. Boom, you're right there. You're feeling good about yourself.
Yeah, no doubt. And like the chat's going to be split all the way up until the draft, even after the draft, based on who they take. Because, even though the Cincinnati's offense was functioning at a high level when Joe Burrow was healthy, like he still got sacked like 50 times. So, that's going to add up over the course of a career. So I understand that a left tackle is very important. And, it's kind of intimidating looking at that offensive line and saying, man, we got to figure out a left tackle, a right tackle, a center, maybe a right guard as well if Callahan can't bring anything out of Dylan Radins. And which, I mean, it's easier said than done in doing that. But it does help to have like a stepping stone there, and especially on the left side. And we haven't talked about the run game because it feels like Callahan, is kind of ignoring that right now, even though he knows how important it is.
Well,
But a
that's
left tackle
something I
also
think
helps a guy like Tajay Spears who can bounce it outside.